Mavericks got a 3% chance, but you believe.
I do believe.
Yeah, all right.
We start with the scariest sub-500 team in the league. The Lakers host the Suns tonight. Anthony Davis averaging 26 points this month, but coming off a meek 15-point game against the frisky Magic. Let's take a look at the standings. Now, don't forget, that is the Warriors in 6th place. That is not the Lakers.
I could have sworn the Lakers were in 6th place.
No.
I thought we hear that on the show all the time.
Very clear about it. In 11th place is the Lakers.
Wow.
You could also claim they're in 12th place, but perhaps we have that alphabetically.
They're below the second line. Wow.
Nick?
Yeah.
Is this a must-win game for your Los Angeles Lakers?
It's very, very close to it. Here's the thing. You just saw the standings. If they go 5-5 in their final 10, their best case is they're the 10 seed. If they go 6-4, they're going to be in that 7-8 range. And if they somehow go 7-3 or better, they'll avoid the play-in entirely. We are now to the counting losses portion of the season. If they go 5-5, they could miss, but they'll probably be the 10 seed. And if they go 6-4, they will at least be in the play-in, if not better.
Did you factor in the other teams ahead of them? I mean, it's so close. Like I know they play some of those teams, but you don't know what those teams are going to do.
Okay, here's what I do know. Given who plays who and the way the season has gone, if the Lakers finish at 41-41, there is no chance they avoid the play-in. Look at that. We can show it to you again. Too many of those teams play each other.
They're not getting in the 6th seed.
The question is, can they go 7-3? If they go 7-3, they will be the 6th seed. That 41-41 might be the 6th seed, depending on the tiebreaker. Look at where it is. Right now, it's 37-36, and the Warriors could lose tonight, and they have a tiebreaker with the Warriors. So I think it's very maybe it sounds more farcical than it is, but there is. What do I do, Wilds, at this point of the year?
Count losses.
So in those standings, the difference between the 6th seed and the 12th seed is 1 loss. And now all of a sudden with the Clippers in flux, the difference between the 5 seed and the 12 seed is just 2 losses. But because they lost to the Rockets and because they gave one away against the Mavs, this would be a way to get one back. When we were looking at their final 12 games, their final 13 games, Phoenix was one you're like, probably lose that game. Right. Don't have to have that game. This would be a way to make up for it. So it's not, I don't know that right now you can call it a must win, but it is a need to win if they want to have any chance of avoiding the play-in and if they want to feel comfortable.
Must win?
Yeah, call it a must win.
It can only be a must win if you are ready tomorrow, 24 hours from now, after they lose tonight, to come on here and say they're not making the play-in.
I said that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
but no problem.
They're not
I'll just repeat.
Okay, so to you it's a must win.
Hold on.
It's not in reality
hold on.
a must
Can I
win.
get Wilds real quick? You did say they're missing the play-in. Then you did a whole I love defense, I'm a defense guy.
Right.
And you
came back on.
So where are you with the Lakers right now?
What's
I'm just
in
curious.
front
I just wanna know.
Tonight, this is a pivotal game. This is why we're leading the show with it.
Okay, so if they win, they're going to make the play-in at least, and if they lose, they're done.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Wilds, that's a real answer. I respect it.
I don't.
Why? They're playing
think you
great
come on
defense
tomorrow.
now.
They are, but they're not winning tonight. And if they don't win tonight,
Why are you so convinced they're not winning tonight?
Because Phoenix is a better team. And I know they've lost, 4 or 5, but that's not going to help the Lakers. Because Phoenix is coming in to right the ship tonight at the Lakers' expense. Look, what's more of a must-win for the Lakers is Friday against OKC. That's a team that's ahead of them in the standings that they can legitimately catch. Next Friday against Minnesota, same situation, a team ahead of them that they can catch. And the psychological impact, because that's a factor too.
This is what I like.
If they lose to the Phoenix Suns psychologically, like you said earlier, okay, fine. Phoenix, even without Kevin Durant, is a top team, and maybe not a championship contender, but they're a top team. We can handle losing to them. Losing to Oklahoma City, losing to Utah later in the season, losing to Minnesota, those psychologically will mess with you. So, no, it's not a must-win. It'd be nice to get it.
Tell you what I want to see tonight. AD needs to step up.
Of course. That's what we say every night.
I know, but I mean it this time. No Ayton, he needs to cook. The first time they played, 37 points, 21 rebounds, 5 blocks, and this famous play. One thing he didn't do the first game, he let Patrick Beverley be the enforcer. Now, you got no DeAndre Ayton, but I want Anthony Davis to not only have a similar game where he packs the stat sheet, Brew, but set the tone. If it gets a little
rough. You want
rough,
him to do that?
Well, if it gets a little rough and tumble.
Was Beverly suspended for a game after that? I'm guessing he was.
But I want there to be a little.
All right, I'm with you on that,
pizzazz.
and I'm not in the. I'm going to take a break from guessing what we're going to get from Anthony Davis on any given night, because it is as extreme on either end as any player in the league, because he will go through a stretch of 5 games where he averages 35 and 15, and then with nothing changing, he will go through a stretch of 2 or 3 games where he looks totally disinterested, and I can't figure out why.
But no Ayton, you don't think he can have a big game?
He'll put up numbers. Even if he doesn't play well, he'll get you.
But I mean, he didn't.
15 and 12.
Okay, yes, 15 and 12 numbers, sure, absolutely. That's a given. But that's not what I'm really talking about. But I want to show the standings again for 2 reasons. One is about tonight's schedule, and the other is because I want to understand something about how Brew is viewing the Western Conference. So tonight is a huge night. So Golden State and Dallas play each other. Now, that does mean one loses, but it also means one of the teams you're chasing wins. Minnesota, who you are chasing, hosts Atlanta. They're 5-point favorites. And Utah hosts Portland. They're 5-point favorites.
Karl-Anthony Towns back.
With Karl-Anthony Towns back. So a Lakers loss plus if Minnesota and Utah win, which they're supposed to do, then you're all of a sudden in really rough shape. So that's one of the reasons I want to show the standings. But leave them up there, because here's the other thing. Brew, you are just declaring things that I don't know that we have evidence for. Like that Phoenix, in its present iteration, is demonstrably better than the Oklahoma City Thunder. We have 10 games left in the year. They are not as good as they were before the trade, while Durant is out, because they gave away one of their most important pieces in that trade. I understand why, if we're talking about championship aspirations, it's totally different. But they were winning. Remember, after the trade, when Durant was out, they still were winning without Mikal Bridges. And now, after the trade with Durant out, they've lost 4 or 5. I guess my question is this. At what point in the season do we set aside our preseason priors and stop saying things like OKC and Utah are not good teams? Have they not proven they're right? They are within a half game of Golden State, Dallas, and the Lakers, or either ahead or behind all of them. 3 teams that all of us believe are dangerous to varying capacities. Why are those teams at this point in the year not given that level of respect?
One thing that you fail to account for is experience. Oklahoma City, now, are they a pretty good team? Sure. But when the Warriors have the same record, in fact, aren't they ahead of Oklahoma City in the
by
standings?
a half game.
You say they're not good. But you say Oklahoma City now is a good team.
No,
what is it?
What I am trying to say, I think there are 2 different things. One is, do you trust a team in the postseason? Then experience and things like that, I understand why it matters. To me, Golden State's road record is flatly disqualifying. You can't.
So they're not as good as Oklahoma City and Utah?
I think that Golden State's road record when it comes to winning a championship is flatly disqualifying. When it comes to on any given night in this final couple weeks, the idea that losing to Phoenix is not as emotionally devastating as losing to OKC, because OKC's not as good. Right now, OKC is as good as Phoenix. Tonight, this evening,
if I'm Anthony Davis and I need a win, and I see Josh Giddey, who's a good player, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's very good, but young, and I see that, Chris Paul and Devin Booker, because of their experience, because of their pedigree, are a tougher team. And psychologically, I can justify losing to them more than I can to a bunch of young cats.
SGA, of the players healthy for the Suns,
he's not better than Devin Booker.
He's been better this year. It's undeniably.
How? How's it undeniable?
Because he has carried a team within 2 games of Phoenix, and statistically he's been far better, and he's been more available.
At times.
SGA right now looks like an all-NBA guy. I don't think Booker's going to be that. I think
if
this
he
year,
isn't, it's only because
SGA
of injuries.
has been better. Okay.
I just got a lot of bonus coverage of the Thunder there for you.
Yeah.
People in OKC are saying thank you, Brew. Thought we were talking Lakers, but switched it up on me. Staying in LA.